My fighter spotlight of the week, baby. And to some surprise or not, it's Nazim Sadykov. Nazim, the Black Wolf Sadykov, trains at a Serra-Longo Fight Team. Honestly, he's been training there since around 2015. Since 2015. At a Long Island, New York, baby. Long Island, New York. I'm gonna say this. They're the best team out of Long Island. And I say this out of somebody that trains out of a different gym on Long Island. Okay. But the facts are the facts are the facts. They got a lot of belts over there. They got a lot of belts over UFC belts too. But yeah, he's 30 years old, born May 16th, 1994, 5'10 lightweight, 69-inch reach. He's 10-1-1 now, 7 KOs, 2 subs. Now, this Southpaw is a freestyle fighter, and he's been on a tear since the start. All right. Trains with guys like Matt Serra, Ray Longo, Merab Davalishvili, Aljamain Sterling, Ali Quinta, and the great middleweight Chris Weidman. You know, a lot of great fighters have shaped this guy into a savage. Think of Matt Favola. Think of Dennis Bazooka. Just think about the savages this guy trains with on a daily basis. Now, he started his MMA journey because Sadykov was one of those local talents who found his way to MMA because of his dad's suggestion. Okay, so he kind of wanted to go the traditional martial arts route. This is his quote. "My father is a traditional man, so he put me in the sport initially to be able to defend myself, to grow up being able to defend myself and my family. It's just like an honor code. And I competed from the age of 6. I was already in karate tournaments, sambo tournaments, judo tournaments, and pretty much my entire youth, I was competing in parallel with school. But everything in school did not bring me the type of feeling that fighting brought me." And guess what? He ended up winning the WKA US Nationals in kickboxing. All right, so this is already laying a great foundation for him. He's been training young age, all the martial arts, all respects, grappling, kickboxing, wrestling. He's doing everything. If you didn't know, he's of Azerbaijan descent. Okay, but he was born in Russia. Okay, he calls Brooklyn his home. It is no longer his home. I'll get into that. As a Brooklynite, making the trip on Belt Parkway to Long Island on a daily basis for training kind of sucked. If you live on Long Island, you know the Belt Parkway sucks no matter what time it is. It's going to take you 45 minutes at least to get from A to B. So it's not great. Not great. He's going from Brooklyn all the way out east to Suffolk County. Now, in 2015, he began training with Merab, right? UFC bantamweight champ Merab. Also trained with UFC former bantamweight champ Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, recent champs too. So you know the kind of training that he's been getting. So it was long days. He was commuting all the way from Brooklyn every day for training. So the commute would be longer than his actual training sessions, which, as you can believe, would suck. That's like LA training, I imagine. It's not great. But in 2020, he finally made the move out to Long Island. He finally made the move. It was probably a good time to do so. Pandemic hit. Training was stalling. He needed to be closer to his training partners. Not a lot of gyms were freely opening up. So the commute would definitely bring up some red flags. So that definitely was a good idea around there. He turned pro in 2018. He lost his debut, then reeled off 3 wins before injuries. And then COVID kept him on the couch for quite some time, over a year. But he stayed the course. He says, "I got my few fights in a row. I was able to impress on the regional scene in Fury FC. I got my shot for the Contender Series, and thankfully, I was able to showcase myself ever since. I've had a few good performances back to back." Let's talk about these good performances. Now, he returned in October in 2021, right? Got 3 finishes, went to the Contender Series. Let's go over his record, right? Now, that loss that we were talking about, he lost to Juan Galarza by submission, the only submission loss of his career by rear naked choke. And that was Ring of Combat 66. Comes back at Ring of Combat 88 against William Dill, knocks him out with a punch in round 1, 58 seconds. Okay. Then goes on to Cage Fury Fighting Championships. Cage Fury Fighting Championships 77. Gets a Trent Stump TKO. Punches. Round 1, 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Comes back to Cage Fury Fighting Championships 81. Gets a unanimous decision win over Elijah Harris. Then goes to Fury Fighting Championship 52. Beats John Herrera, submission, rear naked choke. Beats Juan Carlos de Leon by TKO round 3 in Fury Fighting Championships 55. This is in December of 2021. Then beats Joe Borishig, TKO round 1, 55 seconds, Fury Fighting Championships 59. Does all this and finally gets his break in the Contender Series. All right. Takes on Ahmad Hassanazada. Whoa. Ahmad Hassanazada. Hassanzada. I butchered that one. Who cares? All right. He beat him. He knocked him out round 3, 1 minute and 59 seconds. As we know, got his big break. And from there, history was written because Dana White gave him his contract to fight in the UFC. And since then, this man is impressed in every single fight. Doctor stoppage of Evan Elder, round 3, UFC Fight Night, Andrade versus Blanchfield. That was February 18th of 2023, his debut in the UFC. Gets a huge doctor stoppage win. That's when I knew he was going to be really good. I was telling everybody about this guy since then. Then takes on Terrence McKinney in the phase of Terrence McKinney's career where he was alternating wins and losses. He was getting a nice finish. Then he'd get a bad loss finish. So then July 15th, 2 days before my mom's birthday, 2023, Terrence McKinney loses by submission to Nazim Sadykhov. Round 2, 1 minute and 7 seconds. That was UFC Fight Night, home versus Bueno Silva. Then draws Vladislav Borishev, November 11th, 2023. That was at UFC 295, Proashka versus Pereira. That was the first fight between them. And then fast forward to this weekend, guys. Coming in at basically a plus 210 dog against a streaking Brazilian, Ishmael fucking Fim. Okay? And guess what? Another doctor stoppage. You got to look at this man's hands because he's got some fucking bombs. Okay? That's 2 doctor stoppages with these bombs that he got. I mean, this one, to be fair, was by his foot. He had a nice little question mark kick. It didn't look like a question mark kick, but basically qualifies as a question mark kick. Right on Ishmael Bonfim's face. I don't know if he broke his nose, but he definitely cut him. Hurt his eye. Ishmael Bonfim was unable to continue. The doctor had to stop it. Now, Ishmael Bonfim running around crying, doing like a little kid, all upset that he lost. But hey, Nazim hit you with that kick and all those punches for that to happen. And the consequential punches afterwards to make you blink that eye out and be like, at the end of the round. And then when the round ended, the doctors look at you and then you're still blinking. You say you can't see. Guess what? The fight's going to end because my boy put these hands on you. He put these bombs on you. Okay? Nazim Sadykov is here at lightweight and he's here to stay. He's making statement wins. He's 10-1-1, undefeated in the UFC. We got to put some respect on my guy's name. So shout out to Nazim Sadykov. He is my fighter spotlight of the week. Can't wait to see what he does in the UFC. The money will always be going on Nazim, and that's how we do it.